Hello and welcome to this channel where I talk about trading in the crypto market. I am going to show you guys how I enter these trades, what I look for before entering the trades, and most importantly, some of the rules that I never
Hello and
break.
welcome back to today's video. So today we're going to be picking up where we left off with more price predictions on today, and I will be showing you guys what I will do in this specific situation because this is a pretty tough one. So if you guys remember properly and correctly, this was the last mint box that this right here, this is the last mint box that we drew up, and on top of that, I think the last time we saw price when I uploaded this video was when price was down here, hence the arrows. I was expecting price to come up quickly and not take as much time as I thought it would. Not necessarily to this line. We can get rid of this so that you guys will not be so confused, but I was talking more somewhere around these areas. And if you're gonna what's that? Wait, here, somewhere around these areas, only then will it bounce off. If you're gonna ask why I think that, this is the mint box, if you remember correctly, right here. So that's where I was expecting price to move towards, and only then will it be able to bounce back off, right? But that never happened for the past 2 or 3 days. So with that being said, this is about 2 days, but with that being said, it is taking very long. Hence, I am not stopping this trade, but now there will be a lot of more calculated entries, which I will not be able to completely explain and do on the spot with this YouTube channel. Hence, I'm gonna tell you guys to stay away from it. I am not staying away from it because I know what I have to do, and I will keep watching until price comes near. I am gonna be shortening my stop loss. I am going to be maybe not specifically going out at a 1.5 RR. I can hold it out, shorten it out. There are a lot of actions that I will be doing last minute, which is why I'm going to tell you guys, if you are still in this order, I would probably suggest to back off unless you guys have a plan of your own, because this is not anymore bias based. This is going to be based on immediate price movement. So with that, we are still expecting price to come back up to the same parts around this area. And of course, now that price has gone so low, what I want to do is I want to see if I can probably get any proof of extend. So here, as you can see, price, yeah, right there we have proof of extend. And if you're asking what that is a made-up term that I go by to prove with a more recent box if that is where price is expected to go. So now with that being said, we can see that price went up here, came back down here, and is on the way up, right? So we are in a profit right now. The only problem with this, we can drop another one right here, and based on this, of course, we can see that price actually did break out. Price broke out. It is the tip of the ice, but price broke out and it came back into test. Price broke out, came back in again. Now, of course, this is what's gonna happen. See, this is what I'm saying. This is how I will know if I'm gonna enter this trade. So on a more regular base, this is gonna be my stop loss. So if price ends up going even near this, or if it goes past it, I'm out of this trade, because now for me that proves BOS, and BOS is never good. So with that being said, that's how I will go about this one. This trade specifically is supposed to be a bullish trade, but depending on how price is going to move, that's how I will enter my trades, because price was going to have to go up here, minimum. Only then will price come back down. Problem with this, now if this goes back up, this is going to be our next box with no possible expectations of what price is going to happen unless we see a BOS. But before, of course, we see the BOS on this bullish, we would want price to hit it first, my point here, only then will we want it to come down. So that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin at the moment. It is not the best position to be in, but I guess what I want to tell you guys with this whole point was that unless you guys have something in mind for when price takes too long to move towards your specific setup, you should have not necessarily a backup plan, but a plan in mind on how you will try to attack things. And I just sort of implemented mine in front of you guys. If that's something you want to follow as well, then of course, by all means, but this is not financial advice. And I would suggest you guys actually try, adapting and moving on with certain strategies that you guys can use to trade on your own. Moving on with ETH, I don't necessarily trade ETH, so I don't really remember where we left off. But with that being said, this looks like a big... What's happening here? Hold up. Is that box? Price came down, came back into test. Flew down. That would have been our next box. Okay, so I remember now. This was not a trade that I entered, but it was a trade that I was showing you guys. Yeah, so this is not that good because actually price did break out here, but I wanted a more clear breakout to determine what I should go buy. Now, with that being said, looking at price right now here, is Bitcoin having some sort of a move? Yes, it is. Not too good at all. Anyways, that being said, we are gonna get rid of this. Remember, this Ethereum is something. Oh, fine. I just put it back so that you guys can not. No, I'm not trying to cover up my tracks, but I don't necessarily trade Ethereum, and it's just one of the bigger cap coins, which I thought I should show you guys how I would be trading. Of course, now this is not the best position to be in, but to be fair, this is where it should be. But from now, we can just continue with this one, I guess. This is going to be, because this is the low. This point here was the lowest it ever reached. Keep in mind that I'm deleting this not to remove. I'm just trying to show you guys how to move forward from this. So remember, when you start marking out a box, always go top or bottom. But not only when you start out a box method, you should also do that whenever you get a BOS. So with this in mind, we can see that price broke out right here. Fix this block up for you like that. You can see that price broke out right there, somewhere there. Maybe you can even consider this one. Price came back into test and it flew. So from here now, this is going to be our next box. Price did break out. It is coming into test. See, now that's the problem right here. Right now, this is a trade I would be in. Sorry, wrong. This is a trade I would be in right here. Lost 1.5 right there. The only problem with this, it's a very small box, which is why I don't trust it. Meaning, price can easily BOS and otherwise move with your direction. But keep in mind, these are zones that are shortened or sniped into. If you look at the bigger time frames, you can see an even bigger box, which is more foolproof. But the problem with those bigger boxes, your stop losses are going to be more, your risks are going to be a lot more. That's why with this one, if you guys are going to be entering, or if you guys entered, or any of that certain situation, because now it's even a better price to enter, but I would suggest watching it very closely, because you do not know what price is going to do here. And probably I would also suggest not to go in with too much lev or position size. Definitely, this is not a trade you want to be fully invested in. That's for sure. I mean, of course, a clear move, what we are looking for, now that price is over there, we would want a little bounce back of price into the higher zones, right? That's of course what we want. But it's very obvious for a break of structure, and maybe in a bigger time frame, this whole thing was a ment box, which actually just broke out, came back into test, and only then is it going to fly out. But it is going to hit your stop loss first, which is not ideal at all, which is why I'm telling you guys again. This is, in the lower time frames, it's a lot more risky because you're trading on more refined zones of the higher time frame. The higher time frame is more safe because you can see the whole market structure, and based on that, can you trade this one? That this whole line here, like look at this. I'm gonna show you guys something. This here is a bullish structure, right? But keep in mind, in the 1 hour time frame, it just looks like this and like this, right? And in this part of the downtrend of the higher time frame, it's gonna look like that. And we are trading in zones here. We're trading in here, here, like here. We're trading here, 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 which is not the most ideal because we are just riding up prices when they go up here and here and here. We're just riding prices when they sell, buy, sell, buy. But of course, the bigger money is to be made when you trade long term. But the problem with trading long term, I mean, it is what I do most of the time. Scalp trading is not my thing, but when I make these YouTube videos, it's more to actually teach than to give you calls. I do not like giving calls because I do not want to bite me in the back. Of course, if I do want to do calls for the sole reason of maybe helping you guys, but trust me, it's not the way to go, especially if you're looking at being a trader long term. Trading is a long-term goal to be able to get funded. If you want to, of course, you can fund yourself. But other than that, it's not something to be taken lightly, and definitely you should be looking into it carefully. Each trade, look for setups, look for your biases, something to follow, because very easily can you get lost in all of this. Anyways, so that was it. That's what I wanted to share with you guys for looking at BTC and ETH. So I will be seeing you guys next time. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe if you did, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.